Hey, what's up, fellow YouTubers, fellow toy nuts, and toy collectors? This is Starscream 1988, and as the header says, yes, this is a Marvel Selects Thanos review. I actually recently just repurchased Thanos, as you can see there. Picked them up at Newberry Comics. I paid 25 bucks for them. I was actually talking about them in my toy haul, and what's funny is I previously had gotten this many years ago when it first came out, or maybe it was my brother, and I can't even remember anymore, but I know that looking at the display that he has, his is a lot darker. The blues are a lot darker, and even this is more of a gold. Now if you look at the back of the package here, I'll swing it over. Sometimes I know that packages can't change the outcome of what a figure really looks like, but as you can see there, that's honestly what I'm pretty sure my brother's looks like. Now I'm kind of like debating if this is true or not. I really wish I had my brother's on hand. I'm gonna have to grab it, and or maybe take this one to his house and just kind of make a quick comparison. But I have the Marvel Universe version, and that version looks a lot like the packages you see here. So we'll see which one is. I could be wrong. Could be wrong on all that. Now again, this came out a long time ago. This is a revised set. It's not a reissue. It's not a varying color version because it doesn't say any of that, but this says 2012 on the package, when in reality this came out at least 5-6 years ago. But yeah, side of the package is very nice. It's his mug, his very distinctive mug. Yeah, so that's basically that. Let's open them up and let's check them out. Okay, and we are back. And there he is, the Mad Titan, the Avatar of Death. He is very cool. I love this guy. I really do. One of my favorite characters of all time, honestly. The top 20 easily. I'm going to read you something real quick from the internet, just for those of you that have had your suspicions, if you just in case you didn't know about him being similar to another guy. This is what was written a long time ago. Kirby had done the New Gods, and that would be Jack the King Kirby. New Gods over at DC, which I thought was terrific. He was over at DC at the time. I came up with some things that were inspired by that. You think that Thanos was inspired by Darkseid, but that was not the case when I showed up. In my first Thanos drawing, if he looked like anybody, it was Metron. Metron's the guy that always sits in the chair. I had all these different gods and things I wanted to do, which became Thanos and the Titans. Roy took one look at the guy, and that would be Roy Thomas. Took one look at the guy in the Metron chair and said, beef him up. If you're going to steal one of the new gods, at least rip off Darkseid, the really good one. so obviously Darkseid always being the most popular of all the new gods. That's who Roy thought that this guy should look like, and it paid off. Again, a lot of people get mad. They say, oh no, Darkseid's the original, and I guess he is. Even though, again, call me Marvel fanboy if you like, that's fine. The fact that, Thanos, yeah, he's super powerful. He can take on Superman, no problem. But the whole Mega Beam thing, I find really stupid. How he can zigzag and find its target. He can go up and down. It's just, I find that really dumb. Always have, always will. This guy, on the other hand, he has a healing factor. He can phase. He can breathe in in space. Breathe underwater. It doesn't matter. He can do everything. He's just that badass. I like him a lot more. Always will. Even his look, I think he just looks better than Darkseid. Darkseid has that kind of gray stone face. He has that really nice purple, as you can see there. I just think he's just a cooler character. But anyway. So as you can see there, he does come with an extra hand, so you can take off his left hand and replace it with the Infinity Gauntlet. But you can't really ever see it unless he's kind of pointing up. So what I'm going to do is, I'm probably going to display him like this, and this will be kind of like a trophy type of thing. In comics nowadays, he doesn't even have the gauntlet anymore. So I think I'm just going to keep him like that. But anyway, speaking of the gauntlet, it's missing some paint apps. I'm a little pissed off. Not pissed off, but a little like, I understand. I mean, these things are made in a factory and whatever not. But if you can see there, that gem is pretty scraped up. And that's how it came out of the package. And then the green gem also has a little smudge there. The rest of the gems are fine. A little touch-up, I guess, would help clean that up. And that gem looks really good. That ruby red one. So, there you go. In terms of Mr. Steph, yeah, she's just one big solid piece of plastic. She's pretty slender girl. if you want to call it that. You can take off her fake mask, and that's actually what she always looks like. See, that's another thing too, and this isn't to like, again, rag on him, but Darkseid, you know, he's always looking for the anti-life equation. You know what, buddy? Thanos dates death. There you go. I mean, he already has another one up on him, I think. So, so this is the embodiment of death, and he dates her. That's his girl. As a matter of fact, when he actually, many years ago, he tried to, in the 70s, try to have his own family. I think he might have had a wife and maybe even a kid or two. She came around. He killed his whole family just for her again. So that's pretty crazy. That's insane. But anyway, there she is. I guess because the cloak would be hanging longer than her hands, that's why they kind of made it like that. So there's really no hand there. And again, the mask fits really well. As you can see, kind of has protrusions on the back, so it fits really well into her ball socket there, her eyeball sockets. So you just press it in, and there you go. So you can do it that way or whatever. In terms of the man himself, articulation wise, he's really tight. Obviously it's a brand new figure, but 360 up and down, bicep rotation, single elbow. You can hear all the cricks, which is cool. So he can get his arm pretty straight. 360 from the gauntlet down, his hands. He has waist articulation, which is pretty cool. Goes all the way around. He has this, you know, funky skirt or kilt, whatever you want to call it. Ball joints on his leg. Pretty good articulation. This is nice soft rubber, so knee articulation, as you can see, there's just single. This doesn't move, but again, at the boy joint, it does move like that, so you can get that going. He can point up a little bit and out, and that's pretty much it. And then obviously, last thing is his head. He can look down, and that's as far as he can look up. Him and his mean mug. He does look like a Skrull, doesn't he? For those of you that wonder, well, wow, he looks like a Skrull. Yeah, he's kind of does. So, and then his head there, 360. It's awkward, but it can move 360. There you go. Now, like I said, this guy actually came out many years ago. I want to say he was one of the second or third waves of the whole Marvel Select line. So he's been around for a long time. Obviously, this one has been redone, and it says 2012. He didn't come out in 2012, folks. He definitely came out many years ago. Pretty short in terms of his size compared to some of these other behemoths. I'm going to bring out here the Red Hulk. Look at the Red Hulk right next to him. Let me kind of bring him over. Now, in comics, I believe they're exact same size. They're both in the 7 to 8 feet tall range. So that's a little too short. Obviously, there's no other version of Thanos that you can get that's bigger. So I'm kind of stuck with it like that. But yeah, that Hulk is a little too big, I think. I could be wrong. Maybe he is shorter. But I always thought that they were the same size. If anything, Juggernaut is actually, I want to say, in the 8 feet range. Obviously, this version is shorter. I'll bring him out in 1 second there. So this is the other Marvel Select. As you can see, he's already covering Thanos. Let me put him behind them. He's still taller, but that should be about right. I'm pretty sure. So let me kind of take him out of the way. Yeah, King Marco is a really tall dude, and obviously him getting the Juggernaut suit just made him even taller. I think that's about right. So that's a pretty cool comparison, as you can see there. But at the end of the day, unfortunately, Thanos will still kick his ass. You know, it wouldn't be like within a minute, but he'd definitely kick his ass. So there you go. And then the last comparison I'll show you, if it's something that's more current, it's not a Marvel Select, it's a Marvel figure, would be this Ultron here. And I think the Ultron's actually the tallest figure of that whole line. So I was going to show you the Titanium Man, but I have two of them. I have a complete set that I haven't opened, and there's a set that I opened, but there's a couple parts that I'm missing just because I had opened them in different times, different months. So I haven't been able to place them together, but it kind of shows you the height difference there. One last thing I will say, I like Marvel Legends. I've collected them for years. I stopped collecting, now I started collecting again. I've always loved Marvel Selects though. Yes, they have less articulation, but I just feel they're so much more accurate than the Marvel Legends. I mean, in terms of, again, this Juggernaut here is to me the greatest Juggernaut ever made. The one from series 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever the heck it is, that is a nice Juggernaut. But I feel that this guy's so much better. And same thing goes for the rest of these selects. They're just so much cooler, in my opinion, of course. So that's that. But anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much the end of this review here. Really nice quick review, I hope. I hope it was a quick review for you guys. I know I went over well the 12-13 minute mark, but yeah, so that's basically it. If you guys can catch him in the stores again, because again he was just re-released a couple years ago, I definitely grab him. He's definitely worth it. So please rate, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. I will see you guys later. Peace, and thanks for watching again, guys. Take care. Hey folks, yeah, no, I'm sorry I said bye. One thing I just remembered as I was gonna put him back, I find my Ben Grimm. And again, it goes to show you, again, this being one of the first ones that came out in those first initial waves. Later on, you know, these guys came out. The Hulk that I showed you, the Juggernaut and Ben Grimm, these came out like in the last 3 or 4 years. And in comics, for sure, Ben Grimm is shorter than Thanos, for sure. And as you can see, Thanos is actually looking up. So this is another good comparison how this being one of the first ones out there, he's a little too short. It'd be nice if they could remake him to a proper size, like the Hulk, I believe, Hulk size. That would be nice, but you know, I'll take it as it is for now. And then the last thing I had said in the beginning of the video that I will show you a comparison of him versus his little self from the Marvel U, and there he is. So in terms of color, they're pretty damn close. The only thing missing, obviously, the Marvel Universe forgot to add that piece of plastic that goes in between his chest and his pelvic area, whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much it. In terms of color, they're pretty close, pretty close. And his mug looks a little bit different here, and these things are sticking out more. I think that's a little bit more accurate. But I gotta look at the comic again. It's been a while. But yeah, that was it. Again, sorry for the not really finishing, but I just didn't really want to start it over, so I figured I just kind of piece it this way. Again, guys, take care. Thanks again for watching.